Hi everyone, this is my first time posting here. My girlfriend, well, ex now, and I have been together for 3 years. Like most couples, we had our ups and downs, but we always made up and moved forward. Over the past couple of months, I started to feel this growing distance between us. We were arguing more often, and though we always reconciled, something felt off. I kept getting this gut feeling that something wasn't right. I even asked her a few times if we were okay. Her answer was always the same. Yes, of course, followed by kisses and cuddles. I wanted to believe her so badly. I told myself I was overthinking, being insecure, or just imagining things. But the feeling wouldn't just go away. Last night, it all came crashing down, and I couldn't shake the nagging worry. So I checked our shared phone bill. I don't know what I was expecting to find, but when I saw it, there was one number. A single number that she'd been texting nonstop for the last 5 months. Last 2 months alone, over 10,000 messages. She was texting this person more than she ever texted me. My stomach turned. I didn't even have to ask who it was. I already knew. Still, I texted her and asked whose number it was. She didn't reply for a while. Instead, she came home. She admitted everything without much coercion from me. She's been cheating on me with a coworker. It started months ago with harmless texts and progressed into something more emotional. She said they've been meeting up several times a week, either before or after work. All those times she told me she was working late, she was in the office hooking up with him. The final blow, she admitted she had feelings for him. That just broke me. I feel humiliated, betrayed, and shattered. I gave her everything. I trusted her. All I ever asked of her was honesty, no matter what. I told her I'd rather deal with the truth than waste my time being lied to. But that's exactly what she did. She wasted my time, my energy, and my love. I don't know where to go from here. She's staying with a friend now, and I'm sitting here in the apartment we shared, trying to piece together how the person I loved so much could hurt me like this. My buddy will be coming over tomorrow so we can begin to pack her things. I don't want to look at her things nor touch them. I'll be sending her things out to her friend's place tomorrow. This is really not how I planned on ending the year. Thanks for reading. Any advice is welcome. Update. Yesterday, I had her stuff sent over to the friend's place where she's been staying. I didn't want her to have to come back here. I thought it'd show her that I'm serious about being done. Well, that set her off. She's been blowing up my phone ever since. Calling, texting, nonstop. At first, it was just her asking, "What the hell are you doing?" And "Why are you sending my stuff over?" But then it escalated. She started calling me all sorts of names. Petty, vindictive, immature. She even accused me of throwing away our entire relationship without giving her a chance to fix things. She says that I should have talked to her before making a decision. She said she ended things with the other guy yesterday because she realized she wanted to be with me. She said if I was going to end things so abruptly, I should have at least given her a heads up before she broke up with the AP. Are you kidding me? She cheated for 5 months, lied to my face over and over again, told another man she loved him while I was sitting here thinking we were building a life together. And now I'm the bad guy because I didn't want to sit down and listen to her excuses? She keeps saying she never actually left me and that me sending her stuff to her friend's place was jumping the gun. But I'm not the one who stepped out on the relationship. I didn't betray her trust. She made her choices, and now she has to live with the consequences. I'm not responding to her calls or texts. I don't see the point. She's made it clear she doesn't respect me, and I refuse to let her manipulate me into feeling guilty for protecting my own sanity. Was I too harsh packing up her stuff? I don't think so, but part of me worries about the legality of my actions. Is it sort of an illegal eviction? Either way, I'm not letting her back into my life. She can spin it however she wants. I'm done. Thanks again for all your support, everyone. Reading your stories and advice has helped me feel less alone in this. Any tips on how to maintain no contact when your ex won't leave you alone? I could use some advice on how to handle this part. Story 2. Looking for validation that I made the right choice. So me, 24 male, and my WS, 23 female, were together just about 3 years. Married for one. Technically, still married, just have to file the completed paperwork. I'll try to give a TLDR of the saga. We got married last year. Finally started living together. I got a good paying job to keep us comfortable with the bills, and she was finishing up her degree. It was a great scenario. Things were great for a while, but miscommunications grew, and things were a little rockier than before. Around the time she graduated, she was spending more time with this guy who she swore wasn't an issue when I asked. She could see my concern, however. She even stopped hanging out with him for a while after she thought he was catching feelings. I thought she was still my perfect, loyal wife. We focused on communicating more, decided to set more vacations, to more trips in the weekday, and take more time off work. It was stressing me out. But after we had that conversation, when I thought things were going well, she initiates a talk with me. She tells me she thinks she's polyamorous. She's in love with that other dude too. She doesn't want to replace me because it's different love than what she gets from me. And I get the whole spiel about how humans are only monogamous because of society and no evolutionary reasons, just artificial ones. How it's unfair to expect a romantic partner to be everything for you. Like, that's what having friends are for. I have friends to talk to about stuff she doesn't care about. But obviously, this is making me furious. She doesn't want to replace me, but instead, she wants to use up the little time we have together to go screw around with that hippie dude. In a way, that's worse. She told me that no matter what, disrespecting me is the last thing she wants to do. And I told her a hard no. I wanted to communicate our issues, go to counseling, and make more time for each other. Fix our communication problems. I was committed to making it work. The next day, we talk again, and I give her some points to meet. I want to do counseling, but she resists. I told her I didn't like her talking to him, and I would prefer if she didn't. But she's an adult, and if I forbid her from doing something, I would turn into a control freak and look bad. If she keeps talking to him, that's telling of her character. She says she can't drop him because she truly loves him, but she truly loves me too. I find it to be such a foreign concept. She married me. I always tried to be a good husband. I am recommitted to making us work and fix our problems, yet she looks elsewhere for fulfillment while trying to keep me in the loop. So fast forward 2 very tense weeks, and she doesn't come home one night. She gave me an estimate and exceeded that by a lot with no communication. I am angry. One of the points I asked a few days prior was for her to be better with telling me where she is and when she'll be home. She hikes a lot, and I'm worried of her safety. She apologizes, and we get into another discussion where she says she was out with him. I knew that, though, and she was using it as a test for herself to see if she can abandon the connection she shares with him, and her verdict is she can't abandon him. Then she dropped these 2 bombs. If soulmates really exist, then he is mine. Not being with you would be the biggest regret of my life, but so would not seeing what I can be with him. And I need to pick the regret that I can sleep with at night. Ouch. I asked her point blank if she had sex with him, and she sheepishly said yes. I packed a bag and stormed out. I was at a coworker's house for 2 days. We had a phone conversation where she explained herself a little more, such as how the last year she felt like she moved from her parents to another dependent situation being with me, and how she wasn't fulfilled feeling settled down so early, and how she couldn't spiritually connect with me. She was growing spiritually, but I was not. All of this could have been discussed before, and we could have negotiated a split a long time ago if these were the issues. But she went on and had an affair instead. When I met with her again, I told her that she cheated to have her stuff moved out by the end of the month, and I'll be filing for divorce. She understood and accepted that. Fast forward a few weeks, I was staying with friends, and her stuff is gone. I recognize the place, fill it with things from my hobbies I plan to dive into more, and things should be good, except for the memories. That was about a month and a half ago. More recently, I met with her last weekend to fill out the divorce packet. No kids, no shared assets, and no joint anything made it very simple. Doesn't mean it's easy though. After she left, I turned into an emotional wreck. Her demeanor seemed so much happier. I knew she had 2 jobs now and a volunteer gig in her field, and she seemed happier on the grind than she ever was with me in the security. It kills me knowing she's happily working, with her perfect soulmate helping her out, and it feels like she's so easily cut me out. Those 3 years I gave her were nothing. Is it selfish to want to know that she's as broken and suffering as I am? My friends tell me once the honeymoon phase ends, she'll come crawling back, but I don't see it happening. They also say she'll cheat on him too, but if he's okay with poly shit, I don't see that being an issue. But hopefully he feels what he put me through. If you read this far, thank you, truly. It means a lot that you'd listen to my overly verbose story. I've been through so many steps, have a decent support circle. I've delved into new hobbies, doubled down on the gym, and focused on professional development and rebuilding my confidence. I know what I should do, and I'm trying to help myself while time does its thing. But I need validation that I did the right thing. Hearing the word poly makes me fill with rage, because I just hear that and think, immature cheaters who can't make up their mind. I know I'd always be jealous, and it would lead to worse problems down the line. The thought of another man touching her makes me physically sick to think of the intimacy she shared with me, and even the emotional cheating she was doing for months. I just need to know that initiating the divorce and trying to forge forward was the right thing to do. No shared assets, no kids, and I'm still young at 24, so you could say I have a lot of life left ahead of me. But thinking that all we shared just turns into a lesson, it really hurts. Did I make the right choice, or am I just too close-minded? You absolutely made the right choice. What your wife did wasn't polyamory, it was cheating. Polyamory only works with mutual agreement and respect, which she didn't show you. She crossed your boundaries, broke your trust, and refused counseling. That's not on you. You're not close-minded for wanting exclusivity in your marriage. That's your boundary, and it's valid. Her happiness now doesn't erase the hurt she caused or make your feelings any less real. It just shows she's chasing her own selfish desires. You stood up for yourself and chose self-respect over staying in a broken relationship. Keep focusing on your growth. You'll come out of this stronger. Stay the course. You got this.